Designing a rustic kitchen in a small space might seem like a challenge, but it's actually one of the most rewarding home projects you can take on. The beauty of rustic design is its ability to bring warmth, character, and a sense of coziness to any area, making even the smallest kitchen feel inviting and full of charm. Whether you live in a tiny apartment, a compact cottage, or just have a small kitchen nook that needs some love, there are so many ways to infuse it with rustic charm without sacrificing function or style. One of the most important elements in any rustic kitchen is the use of natural materials. Wood, stone, and metal come together to create that perfect, lived-in feel that makes rustic design so appealing. Even in a small space, you can incorporate these elements in creative ways. Think about exposed wooden beams on the ceiling, a reclaimed wood backsplash, or open shelving made from raw edge planks. If you're working with an existing kitchen and can't make structural changes, even small touches like a butcher block countertop or wooden bar stools can add that organic warmth that defines rustic style. Cabinetry is another key component in achieving a rustic aesthetic. If you're lucky enough to have solid wood cabinets, consider leaving them in their natural state or enhancing them with a warm stain to bring out the grain. If painting is more your style, soft earth tones like sage green, creamy white, or even a muted gray can work beautifully. Distressed finishes, beadboard detailing, or even replacing some cabinet doors with glass inserts or chicken wire can instantly make them feel more rustic. And don't forget about hardware. Simple wrought iron or antique brass knobs and handles can make a big difference in the overall look. When it comes to countertops, a small kitchen benefits from surfaces that feel both functional and visually appealing. Butcher block is a natural fit for rustic kitchens, adding warmth and texture, plus it's practical for food prep. If wood isn't your thing, consider soapstone or honed granite, which both have a matte, slightly aged look that fits perfectly within a rustic theme. And if you're on a budget, there are some fantastic laminate and engineered stone options that mimic the look of natural materials beautifully. Now let's talk about backsplashes. A rustic kitchen backsplash is a great opportunity to add personality to your space. A classic white subway tile with a slightly irregular finish can give off a handmade feel, while a brick or stone veneer backsplash can add instant character. If you're feeling adventurous, consider patterned tiles with earthy colors or a shiplap wall behind your sink to bring in a farmhouse touch. Even a simple wood paneling accent can work wonders in tying together the rustic aesthetic. Storage is always a concern in small kitchens, but rustic design actually lends itself well to creative storage solutions. Open shelving is a fantastic way to maximize wall space while showcasing beautiful dishware, vintage mugs, or even small potted herbs. Wicker baskets, wooden crates, and antique-looking canisters can add storage while contributing to the rustic charm. If you have a small pantry or cabinet space, consider adding hooks or pegboards for hanging pots and pans, which not only saves room, but also gives the kitchen that authentic, well-loved feel. Lighting plays a huge role in setting the mood in a rustic kitchen. Soft, warm lighting enhances the cozy atmosphere, and there are so many great options to choose from. A statement pendant light made of wrought iron, mason jars, or even a repurposed lantern can serve as a stunning focal point. Wall sconces with vintage-style bulbs can add an old-world touch, while under-cabinet lighting ensures that your workspaces are well lit without overpowering the space. A small rustic kitchen isn't complete without the right decor. This is where you can really let your personality shine. Vintage signs, old wooden cutting boards, ceramic pitchers filled with fresh flowers, and well-loved cookbooks stacked on an open shelf all contribute to that inviting, homey atmosphere. If you have a tiny bit of extra counter space, a small farmhouse-style coffee station with a wooden tray, some enamel mugs, and a French press can add charm without taking up too much room. And don't forget about textiles. Gingham or linen curtains, a jute rug, or a few plaid dish towels can subtly reinforce the rustic feel without overwhelming the space. One of the best things about rustic design is that it embraces imperfections. That means you don't have to stress about everything being perfectly matched or pristine. A mix of textures, finishes, and styles actually enhances the rustic charm. A slightly chipped enamel teapot, Perfect, a set of mismatched chairs around a tiny dining nook? Even better, the key is to create a space that feels collected over time rather than something that looks like it was bought straight out of a catalog. Another important consideration in a small kitchen is making the most of every inch. A rustic rolling cart can serve as both storage and an extra prep area, while a wall-mounted pot rack frees up cabinet space while adding a decorative element. If your kitchen has an awkward corner or unused wall space, a small built-in bench with storage underneath can provide both seating and a place to stow away kitchen essentials. And if you're really tight on space, a fold-down table or wall-mounted cutting board can be a lifesaver for meal prep without taking up valuable square footage. Rustic kitchens often have a way of feeling connected to nature, and even in a small space, you can bring in elements of the outdoors. A few potted herbs on the windowsill, a small bundle of dried lavender hanging near the stove, or even a wooden bowl filled with fresh fruit can add a natural touch that makes the kitchen feel warm and inviting. If you have a bit of wall space, a nature-inspired print or a reclaimed wood accent piece can bring in that organic feel that's so essential to rustic design. Even the tiniest kitchen can feel like a rustic retreat with a little creativity and attention to detail. By focusing on natural materials, warm colors, and thoughtful decor, you can create a space that feels inviting and full of character. Whether you're sipping coffee in the morning, baking on a cozy afternoon, or simply enjoying a quiet moment in your kitchen, a well-designed rustic space will make every moment feel a little more special. The key is to embrace the imperfections, work with what you have, and let your personal style shine through. With a few simple touches, your small rustic kitchen can become one of the most charming and functional spaces in your home.